Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Gab Official. Today I'm going to show you how to replace your alternator on this Smart ForFour. This one is a 2017 model. So as you can see in engine bay, this is what we're removing today. This alternator down there on this Smart ForFour. As you can see, it's not easy to get to. So what we're going to need to do first is go underneath the vehicle, remove the 10mm bolts that's holding the cover, and remove that belt. We're going to need to remove the tensioner, which is a 13mm spanner. So you need to remove this 10mm. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we need to get the belt from the top. Now I'm going to make this 18mm. Now remove this fuel line. Push the screen bit out. Pop it up. So once the engine is supported with a jack, as you can see underneath the gearbox, I'm going to use the 13mm to hold that, put the tensioner back, lock it, belt off. Now once that's locked in, let's take this belt off. And then we need to take that 30mm out, take this tensioner out. Then we're going to need to remove that 17mm engine will drop. Remember, jack needs to be underneath of the vehicle to hold it up. Then I'm going to remove that 13, 16, 16, 18, 18, and then I'll move on towards the alternator. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Now, once that bolt's out, let's take it out. Now we're getting a bit more space. Gonna need to unplug that plug there, alternator plug as well. Yeah, don't forget to disconnect the battery. Another 13mm for the idler pulley down there needs to come off, and also you might need to take off the water pump pulley as well if you haven't got enough room to pull it out when you drop the engine. So I'm going to take the idler pulley off down there. Makes it a lot easier because there is another bolt down there. That's the 10mm there, and there's also another 10mm down there. That will make it easier for you to remove the bolts and remove the alternator. And don't forget to unplug the plug from the alternator and also the live wire, which you'll see once you drop the alternator down. Now we just remove this idler pulley, because this will give us a bit more space. As you can see down there, we have got more space, and you can see that 10mm bolt for the alternator, which is literally, you can see it right there. That's it. But now we're going to drop them out. So also need to remove these two 16mm for the bracket underneath the vehicle, so you might want to do those as well. Now I can remove the whole bracket because that will give us a bit more space. Unplug that plug for the alternator. Put it out of the way somewhere. Now go ahead. So if you've got a long ratchet, as you can see this one, it makes it a lot easier to literally just get to that 10mm bolt down here, and you got fairly enough room to remove it. And as you can see in that one there as well. So I'm going to go ahead and remove those right now so we can gain more access to removing that alternator. Now I just need to remove that one and then get like a prize bar and just push the alternator away and then pull off. We're going to need to come up this way. As you can see, once you get it off, you're going to need to pull it that side. Show you like so. So I'm doing this with one hand, so I'll show you. Then we need to get that 13mm, as you can see, for that live wire down there. 13mm spanner or socket, we'll take that off. Once we take that off, as you can see it there, we can pull the alternator out. I'm going to go ahead and do that now. For this one, just get like a small little ratchet with a 13mm. Put it on there. Just crack it like that. Then just remove that. Remember, the battery needs to be disconnected before you start this job. Now that plug, we've disconnected that wire off there. You can see here. Just need to feed it through here and basically just take it out. Remember, just drop the engine down a bit more if you need a bit more room for it to slide out. So you just line it up like here. Like I said, if you need more room to take it out, you can drop it more so you have more space. So you're gonna feed it through. Well, I'm gonna have to use both hands, but I'm gonna feed it through here. Whoops. You can see. Take it straight out. Put it back in the same way like so. I have to use both my hands to slide this back in, but it's the same way out, same way in. So now it's back in, and now first thing what we need to do is connect up that wire with our nut and washer, first and foremost. Now we've just got to line it back up. Put our bolts back in. You can see like that. I normally do the bottom one first. It's just easier that way. That way you don't have to struggle to try to get the bottom one in after you put the top one in. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. As you can see, it's not really too difficult when you know how. Just remember not to tighten the bottom on it, because if you do, as you can see, this alternator won't be able to move, so you'll find it difficult to put the top one in. So make sure you put that one in as well after. Then obviously you can tighten up the bottom one. So once you've tightened up those two 10mm, obviously you need to plug the plug back in for the alternator down there. As you can see, just that one there. And we need to put idler gear back in. We need to torque all these up. Then we're going to need to put our tensioner back on as well. But the tension just sits up here. Now, line the tension up. You can see there's a hole there. That slots into just that one there. And that bolt goes in there. If you don't do that, you will have problems because this tensioner will be moving about. So now our tensioner is all tightened up. Now we need to put the belt on, and we're going to need to put the belt on from the top because obviously we need to release the tension up and put the belt on. So now our next step is to put back on our engine mount. Line it up. So now it's probably lined up. Now I can put all the bolts back in. And obviously you need to tighten them ones down there, you can see. So now we've got to make sure we tighten up those two bolts there. As you can see, there's 16mm. So we tighten those up, and obviously do all the top ones as well. Just underneath the vehicle, as you can see. Then do all of those bolts up, as you can see. Now what we want to do is, I will plug this fuel line back in a sec, but first I need to put the belt back on. So I'll line the belt up and then we're going to put it on from the top. So as you can see, I've got the belt up here now. I just need to move the tension a little bit, and then that belt will slide on, and I'm going to go and do that now, and then I'll be able to pull the pin out. So now, as you can see, the belt's back on, and we're going to go and plug this fuel line back in. Just make sure it locks into place, don't come off. It just clips back in there like that. And that's basically it really, and you just got to put the 10mm bolts back in for that cover. That covers where the timing belt sits. Thank you, and thank you for choosing Gab Official. Please like, share, and subscribe for further content on my channel. Stay blessed, keep on rolling. Boom.